So, lads, the Commissioner's Cup is in a couple of days, and it was probably going to be one of the most hyped games of the year, and there's a good chance that it's a lot less hyped, considering the fact that it's Tuesday? And I don't know, I don't foresee Caitlin Clark being back, and I honestly don't know if Nafisa Collier is going to come back. Nafisa Collier has been questionable for over a week at this stage. But if you guys didn't see, the WNBA, you still have time because obviously there are still tickets left. There are still tickets left. And normally there are very few, if any, tickets left for any of the Caitlin Clark games. If we're being honest, it is normally had been really hard to get tickets for Caitlin Clark games. But it doesn't seem to be as hard this year. And first of all, doesn't seem to be as hard. Second of all, she's injured. And not only that, they're promoting the game with two injured players. They are promoting the game with two players that have a 50-50 chance of playing. Because let's be real with Nafisa Collier. This could be Alyssa Thomas's MVP. We say it's fees, but injuries kind of halt everything. This could be Alyssa Thomas's MVP. Because let's be honest, the Aces aren't good enough for Asia to go and win back-to-back. Stewie, no, not really. John Quell's been out for a while. Breanna, man, if you guys don't know, don't let Caitlin Clark's 3-point percentage let you forget that her big on 1 for 23. Let you forget that Kelsey Plum is something 3 for 24 in her last couple of games. Sabrina's 1 for 17. Paige is 2 for 17. Let's not let Caitlin Clark's kind of stinkers make you guys forget. Make you guys forget that at the end of the day, there's been a lot of stinkers around the league, but both players on the injury list, not worth it with Clark being out. Will they play? A lot of fans want confirmation before buying tickets, and that's just an unfortunate thing, is that whatever about the Indiana Fever, whatever about the Fever with Caitlin Clark, the Lynx don't even have their players. So as far as the neutral fans go, I don't see a situation why a lot of neutral fans will go to watch Kayla McBride versus Aaliyah Boston. And that's not saying that those players are bad, but I mean the neutral fan that doesn't have that has absolutely no horse in the race, that is not trying to back up or has no horse in the race at all, you can see why they would be they wouldn't be necessarily that hyped about going to this game. And if you guys don't know, there's the entire lower bowl is basically free. The entire lower bowl is pretty much free. Well, sorry, there are seats in the entire lower bowl. So you can see the upper bowl, $60 get in. Trying to think the get in, obviously these aren't resale. It's not like their whole place is empty or anything. But right now, you're looking at situations where courtside is $3,000. So it is more expensive than the finals at least. You're paying $2,000 for courtside, where I sat for the finals is $1,800. And I sat in great seats for the finals. I sat right beside where Ryan Rocco and Rebecca Lobo were. I managed to get seats right there. But the tickets are still expensive. But you can get tickets for a couple of $100, and they're still available. They are still available. Realistically, the upper bowl is the best one because, again, these are expensive from $700. The get-in price is still high, but at the same time, since they opened up the upper bowl is still going for normal prices, and I can see some people holding on to these tickets because, to be fair, getting to see her in the Commissioner's Cup final is a big game, but at the end of the day, it's just a weird old situation that they're using two players that are not playing in the game to promote it. And there's going to be a lot of pissed off people going to this game if they're not playing. And even just from the WNBA, this is the WNBA Twitter. It's not like people are buying tickets to this game based on their tweets. So the league itself realistically should just be kind of going out of their way almost to just promote the players they know for a fact are going to be playing in the game. Promote Aaliyah. Aaliyah is worth promoting. The problem is for the Lynx, that is kind of one of the only problems with the Lynx is that they just don't have anyone other than Fee that is like quote unquote relevant. Not like they got bad players. Like Alana Smith's fantastic. Kayla McBride's fantastic. Bridget Carlton in her role outside of Leo Phoebus, she's probably the best at her role in the WNBA. It's a really good team. They find ways to win, but like there is no star power there really other than Nafise Collier, who was out for a bit of her Commissioner's Cup run. And in fairness, so was Caitlin Clark. Caitlin was out for 2 of the games? 3 of the games? She's out for 3 of their Commissioner's Cup games. And in fairness, they went 2-1. They went 2-1. The only loss was to the Atlanta Dream, which is an acceptable loss. Which is an absolutely acceptable loss, if we're being honest. It's losing to the Atlanta Dream. It does not is not a bad look for you or your team, because the Atlanta Dream are a tough team. Are they like, have they had some absolute stinkers like the 55-point game against the Jazz and when they blew the lead against the Mercury? Yeah, they have had some stinkers, but at the end of the day, they've been a good team all year. So Fever might have lost them anyway. But yeah, it is just a weird situation seeing the WNBA promoting a game that Caitlin Clark is probably injured for. And I don't know if I would like. I genuinely don't know if it's a better thing for the league to see Caitlin trying to force her way to play this game, and rather than trying to get fully healthy. I really don't know. I don't know if that's the most beneficial thing for the league, is Caitlin Clark trying to force her way. Because at the end of the day, like, Caitlin Clark being healthy long term is better for the league than anything else. And if she's trying to freaking save the league from their attendance nightmare when she doesn't play, and she ends up just stinking it up because of that, like, that's not going to do any good for the league either. Like, regardless of what people say, that is not going to help the league in any way if she's out here dropping stinkers because she is hurt. But yeah, at the end of the day, look, it is what it is. I hope she's healthy enough to play the game. Like, that would be a huge game, but at the end of the day, I think it's more beneficial that she makes sure she's all right. I think that means more. It means more that she's going to be healthy in the years to come than it is that she's healthy in the days to come and the weeks to come. Because look, the Fever are going to make the playoffs anyway. I would assume they're going to make the playoffs anyway. If the Fever don't make the playoffs, it's going to be an absolute shambles. Because but at the same time, the Mystics are kind of hot on their heels. The Mystics are winning a couple of games, and they're a half a game behind. So like, if the Fever lose tonight, I think the Fever have the tiebreaker over the Mystics, but like, we're talking about one of the kind of surprise teams. And the Fever honestly being, I'm not even going to call the Fever the most disappointing team, because they've had everything go wrong. They're nowhere near as disappointing as the Aces or the Sky. But yeah. Look, all around, it is what it is. This whole situation, it is what it is, and kind of weird from WNBA. So anyway, I'll see you guys.